Do 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 do. Beady 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 do. Beady 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 do. Greetings there and welcome to Big Bacon's Bunker. I'm your host, Big Bacon. Sorry about that. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends MCU from the Antman series, MODOK. That's right. Y'all didn't know he was a figure, but he is. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So here we have him, the Marvel Legends MODOK. Well, not yet. Technically, this is when he was still Darren Cross, or as he was known in this figure form, Yellowjacket. Yeah, I tried trolling y'all. So sue me. Well, you're only doing this for the views. Fuck yeah, I am. Why do you think any YouTuber is on YouTube? To get viewed. But I digest. So, as always, we're going to look at the accessories, we're going to look at the figure, check the articulation, gear them up, and get them on the shelf. Now, this came as part of a 2-pack with the original Antman. I do not have that Antman because I purchased this loose from a local toy, hobby, and collector shop. But it did come with all the accessories, and I do mean all. Because both Antman and Darren came with themselves in really, really tiny form. Now, the sculpting on this thing, not great. Those arms they look more like venom tendrils than they do articulated arms. But you see texture there on the legs. Got some good paint on the helmet. Actually, it's not all that good on the helmet, because on this side it's way down here, and on this side it's way over there. It's like this side is missing a bunch of it. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's a tiny, tiny little, it's a fingertip-sized Yellowjacket. And then he comes with this. This thing is just insane. It goes onto the back of the figure. It's got multiple articulation points. I mean, those bend down, they rotate. These things rotate at the base, hinge in and up. The arm here hinges in and out. You get another hinge here. Rotation at that point as well. So you can get a whole slew of different posability options with these things. Backpack itself is quite plain looking. A lot of nice yellow paint apps though, all throughout it. Now, let's move on to Darren, shall we? So, looking at him, there is no human face sculpt for this figure, which is kind of a shame. Because I would much rather have a human head for this than I would to see the human face on a MODOK, which thankfully they haven't even talked about putting out. Helmet is done in black. Great detailing sculpt all over it. A little bit of paint apps here in the front. Then you have yellow translucent plastic over sculpted painted sections here, which gives it that, well, it matches the look in the movie quite nicely. Body itself is covered in various texture points. The yellow has sort of a beehive pattern to it. Mechanical down here on the forearm. Then you've got this organic weave type pattern here and there. All in all, it's really nice looking. And it's not super shiny either. It's got a little bit of shine to it, but anything with bright light on it will give off a little bit of shine. This thing is not like glossy. Articulation wise, Head is on a ball joint, neck is fixed. So, looking up, you get eye level. Down. Whoa, that was a dumb... That felt more like a hinge than anything. So there may be a hinge hidden up inside there. I can't really see it. It's all the further down you get because this hang down on the helmet meets this piece of the chin and just that's it. Yeah, there's a hinge up in there somewhere. No real tilt, but good rotation. Arms will hinge up to 90 degrees. Full T-pose. T-pose. I know what I'm trying to say. No butterfly joining. Arms will rotate all the way around. Bicep cut for rotation. And it's that lovely form-fitting rotation. Double jointed pinned elbows, which, because of where they're placed, do not interrupt any of the paint scheme. Now, even though it's double hinged, you still get a little, well, you get more than 90, but not full range. Hands rotate. Left hand has a horizontal hinge for this open kind of splayed hand. Right hand has a fist with a horizontal hinge. So there is an ab crunch a la G.I. Joe. Leans back that far. Forward only that far. So yeah, not great. There's no tilt because the waist has a rotation joint, and this is where it gets ugly. Any kind of articulation at that point really breaks up the sculpt. Okay, I don't think the leg is supposed to pop off that easily. So that's all the further the legs kick out. Less than 90 degrees. Coming forward, you get some good forward. That is really loose on there. Okay, a little bit better now. It almost looked like that ball had been worn. Like sanded or something. I don't know. Thigh cuff for rotation. Double jointed pinned knee. Once again, not full range, but still more than 90. There's no boot cut. Yeah, that's a very gummy joint, by the way. You do get ankle articulation down here, though. You can actually see the ball, and that is not great. But it does rotate. Hinges back that far, forward that far, and has a rocker pin. So, what do you say we get this guy geared up? So, peg goes right into the back. From here, you've got multiple options on what to do with all of these. Now, I find it best to hold between the chest and the backpack when moving these. See, downside, putting them like this, you cut down on the amount of space needed to the sides, but it really sticks out in the back. Flip it, turn it this way. You can keep it close to the body without necessarily having to take up a lot of space on the shelf. Still gives it interesting posing. What best to do with these? That seems to work. Then you got to just get the feet set and you're good to go. So what do you say we take a moment and get this guy up on the shelf? So there you have them. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, hit that notification bell, and I'll see y'all next time. Why I keep forgetting my outro, for the life of me, I wish I knew. Regardless, that is an older figure. A much older articulation layout, but it is still a good looking figure. And despite some of the limitations on articulation, others are really well done. So all in all, this is an amazing figure. So I want to thank you all for tuning in, and until next time.